Hi and welcome. This is my June review for Leo Sun sign and Leo rising. We're going to start this month with a look at the Black Moon Lilith. Now she's recently moved into Cancer, and for all of us this means that we need to look at issues about abandonment, about loss, about being dependent on others. And it's a good time now over the next year to develop our independence and our strength in that area. Now for you Leos, it's also in your 12th house, and this is a time when things will be a little bit unpredictable over the next year until she moves into your sign in a year's time. Now, having been through the other 11th houses, the 12th house is the house where you need to take stock of everything. All the things that have gone on over the last 11 houses will culminate in this 12th house, and things you haven't looked at or attended to will now resurface in this 12th house. So it could be an unpredictable year because there could be nothing at all that happens because you attended well to everything that's come up during the cycle, but there could be a lot happening. There could be a lot to do if you've neglected things over the past. Now to start off this month, on the 1st we have two aspects. There's one from Mars, a square, so there could be frustrations coming up with the Black Moon. There could be irritations, and there could be things that are surfacing that you haven't dealt with. But with the positive aspect of Venus, it's a good time to align yourself with your true path and to put yourself back on track. Two planets are changing course. On the 3rd, Mercury goes station direct. Now it's been retrograde for 3 weeks, so now it's a good time to get back in focus. Mercury's in your 10th house. It may have been difficult over the last 3 weeks to kind of assert yourself in your career, and maybe that you couldn't explain yourself and get your point across. And now that's going to change because it's time to now focus on yourself, and you need to push yourself. You need to push yourself in a way that will get you out there again, get you noticed. So you're back on track. Now, anything you've learned during this time, it'll be good to put into practice because Mercury makes a square to Saturn. So this is good for organisation and putting things into practice. And the thing you just need to be careful with is there's a little bit of Neptune creeping in with another positive aspect here, but this could add a little bit of illusion to things. So just make sure you know what's real and what isn't. Then on the 4th we have the other planet changing course, and this time it's Saturn, and he's going station retrograde, and he'll be retrograde for 4 months. He's already been retrograde in Aquarius, so it may be a case of just revisiting things if you've not made those discoveries over the last retrograde period. Maybe you can have time now to do it again. This is in your 7th house, so the lesson to be learned while Saturn is retrograde in your 7th house is to build lasting good foundation for relationships and partnerships, not only personal but business as well, and to be honest and trustworthy within these dealings, and to give of your all. Also on the 4th we have a conjunction between Pallas, the asteroid, and Uranus. Now this is happening at 16 degrees of Taurus, but it'll also affect you personally if you have a Sun or any other planet 16 degrees Leo. And also 16 degrees Scorpio and Aquarius will be very much drawn into this aspect, as there's a lot of dramatic social changes that happen when these two come together. And also being in your 10th house, could be changes within your career. But this aspect does give you the ability to solve problems, so this will be fantastic. Now, on the 5th we have the Sun making a positive aspect to Chiron. Now the Sun's in your 11th house. This is an ideal opportunity to be a healer, to help your friends in some way, even if it's just listening to what they say, because like-minded people will be attracted to you at this time. And even if you're not a healer, you can listen. That's a form of healing. Let people talk, and they'll have problems that you can relate to, and this is great to discuss and get things out in the open. On the 9th, Mercury in that 10th is making a positive aspect to Pluto's in the 6th house of everyday work, so career and work coming together again. This time it's time to dig deep, look beneath the surface. There's things going on that you're not clear about. With Mercury being retrograde that time, you probably missed things, so now it's time to focus and dig beneath the surface, find things out. Then on the 11th we have Venus making a conjunction in that 10th house. So it could be unexpected things happening within the career area. There could also be some excitement generated as well, because this is often an aspect that generates that excitement. So look out for that. On the 14th we have full moon. Full moon's in Sagittarius, your fellow fire sign, and it's in the 5th house. This is the house of Leo. So this is all good news for you. And also we have an aspect between Mars and Chiron, which is happening in the 9th house, which is the house of Sagittarius. So this all ties in really nicely. Now, what's this all about then? Well, it's time to have fun, Leo. It's time to let your hair down. Whether it's romantic fun, playful fun or creative fun, it's a good time now to enjoy yourself. There's been a huge concentration of effort in the 10th house area of career, so it's now time to take a little bit of a break, go on a new adventure, and with the influence of that Mars aspect in the 9th house, it's a great time to look at what you've been missing out on and maybe start to organise things that you can have some real fun doing over the next couple of weeks. On the 15th we have the Sun making a positive aspect to Saturn, who's in that 7th house. So the way forward at the moment is to work with others in cooperation. It's like getting your head down. This is good for organisation and structure, and work within those existing structures. Then on the 16th we have a triple conjunction, and again this is happening in your 10th house, so the emphasis is still in that 10th house this month. Now this is between Pallas, Venus and the Moon's North Node. So when we have the Moon's North Node involved, there's going to be some kind of door open or an opportunity present itself. And there's a feel of karma or some kind of fated connection about this triple conjunction. With it being in your 10th house, it's obviously going to affect your public standing or your career or your destined path. So just be mindful that there may be something that happens that you may need to definitely take advantage of. Now with Venus there, it's very good for finances as well, so it could be a good time for business if you're in business. And with Pallas, it's about using diplomacy, using your wisdom to propel yourself forward now. On the 18th, it's a good time to look at your career and your relationships and see how the two work together. Do they work together? And what can be done to make things better? We have a square between Venus and Saturn. Saturn's in that 7th house of relationships, and there may be some things that aren't working that you could put right. But we also have a positive aspect from Venus to Neptune, so there could be some illusion there, so you need to establish what's real and what's illusion. Allow Saturn to teach you and help you to work this one out. For the week starting the 19th, there's some deep emotions and desires coming to the surface. Jupiter makes a square aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, who we spoke about, is in that 12th house now. So these will be coming up deep within the unconscious. Now, Jupiter's in that 9th house. This is the house of beliefs. So beliefs will be a focus for this week. And it may be that you have a strong desire to rebel against your current belief system. And maybe things you've learned over the past few weeks or months has now point you in a different direction. So maybe you need to analyse what you have been believing in and either prove it or disprove it, get rid of what's not working and bring in some new beliefs that maybe will serve you better. Now we have also an aspect to Mercury, which will help you to discern these beliefs and to put a new plan into action. Then on the 21st we have the summer solstice. This is the time when the sun's at its greatest, highest point and moves into Cancer on that day. And it also marks the start of summer. Venus moves into Gemini on the 23rd and into your 11th house. So the focus becomes more on friends and group connections with your networking and communication. Then on the 27th we have Mars making an aspect to Saturn. Now this isn't a high energy aspect, but it's good for planning and organisation. So we talked about the 9,000 beliefs, and might as well help you to organise these beliefs now and to work with others. If you've got questions and there's things you're not sure about, it's a good time to ask other people and get their input as well. And then we have also on 27 an aspect between Mercury and Chiron. So again, this can help. This can give you a key to unlock something. Maybe unlock something from the past related to your beliefs that was perhaps a sore point or a bit of a bugbear that you can now heal and let go of. On the 28th we have our second planet going station retrograde, and this is Neptune in your 8th house. Now we can work again with the planets when they're retrograde, and with Neptune in this position it's a good time to develop a spirituality that incorporates all, to develop your intuition and to look at the realm of the metaphysics. Also, it's a good time to understand and learn responsibility for other people's money and other people's property. Also on this day we have Jupiter having another two aspects, as we spoke earlier about the influence of the black moon. Now we have the Sun and Venus making positive aspects. So whatever you learn over the previous aspects, now it's a good time to put them into practice and get things started. It's good for motivating yourself and actually doing what you've been thinking about. To end the month, on the 29th of June, we have our new moon. Now this isn't going to be the best new moon in the world for you because it's happening in your 12th house in Cancer. But this is a time to prepare and get ready, because the next month is going to be in your sign of Leo in the 1st house, and it's going to be a tremendous benefit to you. So now it's time to take stock, to work behind the scenes to prepare yourself. This new moon is also a triple conjunction with the black moon Lilith, and we spoke about the black moon Lilith earlier, and this is a time when a new you will be born. The sun shines a very harsh light on the new moon and everything will be exposed. So this is good will be exposed as well as bad. All the good things that you've done will now be exposed and come to the surface. All the good work you've done over the year. But any failings you have, anything you've failed to turn attention to, will also be highlighted. So this next month is going to be about preparation, about soul searching, about perhaps even resting up and contemplating on how far you've got, and looking at how many more new changes you have to make. Now, evolution's about growing, about changing continuously, so there's no let up. This is a good time to take stock and to prepare ready for the new moon in Leo next month. Thank you for tuning in and watching the June review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a message, I'd love to hear from you.